Hey, what's going on guys? Today we are doing another episode of the Fortnite Mythbusters. Real quick before we begin today's video, leave a quick comment down below where do you think the giant cube is currently heading on the map. Personally, I feel like it might go over to Salty and totally destroy it since Salty hasn't really had a change, or it might loop back around towards Fatal Field. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Also, due to the lack of uploads within the past like 2-3 weeks, I'm giving away 1,000 V-Bucks to make it back up to you guys to enter. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and also comment your console and region down below so I know what to get the gift card for. As always guys, I asked you to submit some myths that regarded this brand new cube, so if you want to have a chance to be featured in the next or future Mythbuster episodes, make sure to leave a myth down below and let's begin. To begin, the first myth is, what happens when you throw a clinger onto the cube? Now this one is a very recommended one. A whole ton of people have been asking me to do this because you know already if you shoot the cube or if you run into it, it will kind of like punch you back. So when you do throw a clinger, you will do damage and it will end up punching you back as well. This was pretty interesting to see because you will see later on in the video another sort of grenade does not have the same effect, but it still does punch you back very far. You do take a whole ton of damage, so this is something that you will not want to try out in a regular game on your own. This cube overall has been pretty interesting. I'm not too sure exactly what made the developers want to add a giant purple cube in the middle of the map, but I guess it's pretty cool overall. The next myth is, if you shoot the cube from the outside of the quote-unquote zone, you will see what I mean here, will it still punch you back? So as you guys could see, within the past couple of days, they added this giant dome, and if you do shoot the cube, you'll see it will try to strike you with that little punch to the lightning, but if you are outside of it, it will not even damage you, it won't even get close to you. So I attempted this once again while inside of the zone right on the corner, and it still did not hit me. So I assume in order for it to kind of like punch you, you have to be within that range. This was pretty interesting and cool to see. I assume if you see a massive fight going on next to the cube, you could shoot it and push them off. The next myth is, what happens when you throw a porta fort on top of the cube? To try this one, it took me a few attempts. I ended up just rage quitting after not finding a porta fort for a very long time, and then I missed my throw somehow. So I tried it once again the next day, which was yesterday. When I threw the porta fort on top, it looked like it built, but shortly after, the whole entire thing fell down as if the foundation of it had been broken. This made me a little bit curious. Seeing as this was falling, it clearly had something that it was standing on top of, so the cube must be hollow or something. So I built my own little staircase, I destroyed the bottom, and as you can see, the cube does not hold up structures. The next myth is, if you're bouncing on top of the cube and have it punch you into the sky, will you still take fall damage? This myth might be a little bit confusing at first, but you will visually see what I exactly mean by this, or exactly how I interpreted the question. As you can see, I am shooting the cube constantly while in the sky, and right before I hit the bottom of the cube, it ended up punching me up so high to the point where I do not have that little anti-gravity sort of thing where I don't take any fall damage. I landed on top, nothing happened, so I bounced up once again, tried it again. This time, I tried not to land on the cube, I landed right next to it, and I still took no fall damage. This was pretty interesting to see because it ended up punching me so high to the point where I had no effect on my character. The next myth is, will the stink bomb cause damage to the cube? Meaning, if you throw a stink bomb on the cube, similar like how we did with the clinger, will it still kinda like punch you back? If you were listening earlier on the clinger myth, I told you about how some grenades will not have an effect on the cube, and this is the grenade. The stink bomb will not punch you back, it basically just does nothing to the cube. To be honest, I was a little shocked when I did see this because the stink bomb is known for doing a whole ton of damage in a short period of time, so for it not to affect the cube whatsoever, not even like punch you back, it was pretty weird to see. The next myth is, will a ball be affected by the cube? When I did this myth in game, I basically threw my beach ball, which I had equipped, onto the side of the cube and even up to the top, which you will see in just a second, and sadly it did literally no effect. It would be really awesome to see like maybe the ball bounce on it, then it just gets shot way far back, but a lot of these emotes and stuff, none of this stuff really affects it. It would be really awesome if you could be maybe on like the hill next to Fatal Fields, that one with the house, and then hit a golf ball onto the top of the cube, and then you will see the ball just fly even farther to like the other side of the map. The possibilities are endless, but sadly we do not have this physic in Fortnite. The second to last myth is, what happens when you drive a golf cart on top of the cube? Will it still have the same bounce effect as if you weren't in the cart at all? To do this, I went all the way to the east side of the map in Paradise Palms all the way and got myself my own little golf cart. I then built a ramp up leading a little bit above the cube to the point where if I do get speed and I go up the ramp, I won't fully stop, but I will land on the cube. And as you can see, it totally just launches you up into the sky and you get so many points to the point where I was able to bounce twice. It launched me straight off and I got a score of like 407,000, which is a pretty high score, but I've seen a Twitter video of someone sticking a bunch of C4s on their cart getting like millions. 400k was my biggest score so far. I've never really attempted to. Leave a quick comment down below what your biggest score has been with the golf cart. I might make a video trying to beat the world record. Let me know what you guys would think about that. The last and final myth is, what happens when a supply drop lands on top of the cube? Unfortunately, I was unable to get this clip myself, but luckily a fellow subscriber, Tomato King, or Sneaky Turds, however you guys would like to call him, I don't know what name you prefer, but I'm just gonna call you Tomato King. He sent this video in to me via Twitter and he got so lucky. He had a supply drop land on top of the cube and he got a very good video to show us. Massive shout out goes out to you, Tomato King. But as you can see, when the supply drop does land on top of it, it just basically lands there. Sadly, it does not bounce up, kind of similar to how we thought it would with the launch pad. I honestly wonder what the possibilities of this happening was. If someone could get like a llama clip of the llama spawning on top of the cube, I will generally be really surprised. But having a supply drop land on top of the cube is a very interesting one and probably was very difficult to get the items out of the drop. Anyways, Tomato King, thank you so much for sending in this clip and sharing it all with us. Also, if this ever does happen to you or something similar that you would like me to possibly feature on another Mythbusters episode, make sure to send it to me on Twitter. It is down in the description below. Anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.